once again to the Wrestling Wrap. It is time for another focus feature, this time on a long-time Reno resident, kind of legendary professional wrestling figure, El Chupacabra, is joining us this week. So let's go ahead and just tell me a little bit about Chupi.
Well, Dale, thank you for having me on here. Well, I mean, you've known me for what, 20 years now? Close to 20 years we've been knowing each other. So
50, I think about 15. It was
15.
yeah.
About yeah, about 15. Still a long time. But yeah, I mean, you've seen the beginnings of when it started off as El Hijo de Chupacabra. You know, I was just the son of Chupacabra, where it's just I had a mask on, and you've seen pictures of that people going on, and then you've seen what I just evolved into, having face paint, eyes, and teeth, and pulling on a full-on character, a full-on, brought to life character, like a theater kind of character. But it's just Chupacabra is something special to me. It was given to me by my trainer, the big ugly JD Bishop. He bestowed it upon me. He was the original Chupacabra and gave me the character, and I changed and evolved it from mask to no mask to trunks to full body outfit to face paint and everything, so but it's just something special to where I can be like an alter ego of myself, I guess you can say, where I can just go out and be a character and don't have to just to be a regular Joe Schmo and trunks and kick pads kind of thing. I was able to be a character, stand out, be something special in my own way. So that's Chupacabra to me.
So obviously, knowing you for as long as I have, and all of the personas that you have taken on over the years, like we just passed Halloween. So for a person that kind of like lives the cosplay life, right? It's like, what is like Halloween and trick or treating? Is like, do you kind of dress up as like with the family? Is like, how does that work?
So yes and no, and kind of the same point. So like, during like the week school events and stuff, like, I basically will do like the trunk or treats or like the little ones. I won't dress up for that one. I'll just walk around with my kids and do that one. But like the big Halloween time, we usually dress up. We try to do family ones. We've done the Akatsuki from Naruto, so all 5 of us have done that. And then we've done what did we do last year? We did a couple. Oh, we did DC. We did all of DC. So I reused my costumes that I've done at previous shows I've done with Hoodslam in Oakland. But nowadays when Halloween comes around, it's basically me, having that cup of Joe and just walking around and just being regular Taylor. Because 364 days of the year I can be doing it some other time. So this is my day just to be this.
So obviously El Chupacabra is one iteration that you have, is like, and it's kind of evolved. But then obviously you have Hoodslam, where that is like themed type events. So like through the course of like all of them, what would you, outside of Chupi, because obviously that's like your mainstay. So the Hoodslam characters, like which one would you call like your best persona that you've put together for a Hoodslam show?
Oh, now that's a hard one because like I've done a lot and there's been so many that's held. Man, can I give you a few? I mean, I'll give you a couple.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've done at least, so Hoodslam at this point has been around for 13 to 14 years. So I've done at least I want to say 20 characters there minimum. Probably 25 to 30 probably within those years. I've done the reacting characters again, reoccurring characters. Sorry, but I would have to say the Predator. We called it Predator Cabra. That was one of my favorite ones. Made a full. I've got an actual muscle suit with the cloth, put Flex Seal on top of it, and just painted on top of it to make it look the Predator with the fishnet topping, and then
I want to say, I think when I was doing the podcast back in the days, like you were just in the middle of making that one. Like,
I think so. Yes.
I think because I was at the house, as I can saw you make, is like in working on that one. So
yes, and that one was really fun to make and stuff. God, what else can I say? Sub-Zero always holds a close one to my heart, just because going against Scorpion, Ian Hansen, Shane Patterson, it was just something special every time doing Scorpion versus Sub-Zero, and then having Ken versus Ryu. It was Matt Carlos and Joe DeSoul. playing those characters and stuff. So like that the video game characters that was really well for myself. That's what I really loved. But what's the Mr. Freeze? I did the Batman and Robin, Mr. Freeze, the Arnold Schwarzenegger. So that one was a good one. But yeah, those are probably my favorite three I can think of. Pyramid Head. I know Pyramid Head was a
Oh,
really good one I did. So that one, these were really fun to make because it was like challenging because I had to make these props and costumes for these characters, but I also had to wrestle them. So it wasn't just to like make it look aesthetically cool. I had to also think outside the box, like how do I make this guy freeze as Sub Zero? Well, I'm gonna use Spider Man's web slinger. Oh, what am I going to do for Pyramid Head with a huge sword that's, I'm supposed to be carrying one handed? Well, I'm just going to get a big 2x4 and get motorcycle padding and just cut it out so I can hold it out one handed that way. So, but yeah, those ones I mentioned right there, I got a plethora more. I mean, I gotta, you can go on my page and see, but I literally, like, I got so many I can't even think of right now that are just really, really fun I've done.
speaking of Pyramid Head, real fast, IGN just named the Silent Hill 2 remake as their top number one top scariest horror
I,
top horror game.
I've, I've watched a lot of the gameplay and I'm thinking about buying it. Like it's brought back a lot of memories and just like how just everything just looked crisp and clean on it. I was like, oh man, this is beautiful. I was like, I think I have to get this.
Yeah, it's definitely on my list for sure right now. It's like my list is too long. Is like, and I have no time to play them.
I'm the same way with you. I buy them on sale and I have some of them not even opened yet, put to the
Yeah.
side.
All right, so we'll continue with Hoodslam here. So obviously that was a big time Bay Area thing, is like in its origins, and
Yes.
we've now been fortunate enough that you've been able to bring it over to the Reno area. How long have we been doing it out here in the Reno Sparks area?
I want to say a year and a half, close to a year and a half, somewhere about there. But no, I'm fortunate enough. I'm thankful to have like Dark Sheik, who she started Hood Slam in Oakland years ago, and I've just been along, grabbing those coattails of the ride with her, and just enjoying everything that Hood Slam brings. And then I got lucky enough where she was able to just say, "Hey, do you want to do Hood Slam in Reno? And if you want, you could run it." And basically, it was like, yes, I want to do something in here. I want to bring Hood Slam and spread the wealth of Hood Slam everywhere. If I can, find a venue, I can get a ring up here. I get people that can come, and it's a different place. Everyone loves coming to Reno. So yeah, for about a year and a half, we've been bouncing around here and there. We've been at the Virginia Street Brew House over there downtown. We've been more recently in the past year that we've been thankful enough over at the Bluebird Reno Sucius, right over there off 4th Street. And then with Hoodson, we've also done the Taco and Tequila Festival over at the J Resort. And we've also done over at the Eddie, which was really, really awesome that we've done that. And so just been very fortunate to bring, the accidental phenomenon Hood Slam up here and, just showing everyone what wrestling is in an adult form, but having that inner child of yourself coming out, if you know what I mean.
So what obviously these are more adult themed shows, right? It's like it's like we kind of escape the family friendly event.
Yes, so our slogan is don't bring your effing kids. I mean, if they're 21 and younger or 20 and younger, don't bring them. 21 and over, bring your kids. But we do a lot of talking about drinking, smoking marijuana, and sexual acts, just things that kids and just don't really need to hear, and just the atmosphere of drinking and stuff is going to be around. So we just want adults to come and just let loose and have fun with their own selves. Every first Friday of the month in Oakland, that's what we plan to do every time when fans come out there for us. And here in Reno, I try to do that every other month here. So every other month, I just want to have that inner nostalgic kid coming out of the fans. You know what I mean?
So we do have a Hood Slam show coming up here. We're calling it Hood Piece. So that
Yep.
obviously, I'm going to say that's a play on the One Piece. So just talk to me a little bit about what the main aspect of this show is going to be about.
So in Oakland and San Francisco, when we've been doing the shows there, we've had like theme shows. It was called Sexy Good Time Wrestling. We would just do, we've done femmed out shows. We've done just different kind of themed shows that we've done. So with Hood Piece, I've just wanted to bring an anime, cartoon, pop culture show where everyone can come under one roof and see what we've done before, what we're going to do, and what we've done before with like cross over and with cartoon characters fighting against anime characters, Star Wars going against Star Trek, those kind of things like that. So I just want people to see how much fun it's going to be of just seeing their childhood, anime characters or cartoon characters actually brought to life in a ring, doing the things that we've seen when we're watching them on TV and stuff. So, but that's November 16th, Hood Piece. And if you haven't seen the pattern for the shows that I've done here this past year, I'm a big anime fan. My shirt's made off of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, inspired right here. So all the anime, all the posters that we make here for Reno are anime based themes. So
So you're also again pretty fortunate now, is like you're part of the ownership group of Wild West Championship Wrestling in town as well.
yes.
So what's it kind of been like going from just the performer to basically now the business, the full ownership side of things as well?
Well, I got prepped luckily like years ago with Dark Sheik with Hoodslam. I ran Hoodslam for a few months while she traveled around and perfected her craft. So I got dipped my feet there a little bit and then kind of helped out here and there once in a while and then helped out other shows and stuff like that. And then when stepping over here about a year and a half, I met Charles Thomas. Um, we talked at a show that he was running at Virginia Street Brewhouse as well there. And I said that I would be interested in just being a performer, like I usually do. But then the offer got put in front of me of just asking if I would like to be a booker. I wanted to bring in different talent. I wanted to, upscale the talent a little bit better. And Charlie allowed me to do that and gave me a budget for a while. And as you can see, within the past year, we brought in so many different people from Southern California, Oregon, Utah, Colorado. Um, it's just been just really good that way. So, but it's really stressful for someone like myself, as you can see, like, my character, I have to get fully dressed. I have to get face paint, contact teeth, everything on. Um, then I have, 15 to 20 wrestlers coming up. Hey man, what am I doing? What's my match? Who am I going against? How much time? Blah, 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 blah. I got to get to worry about the venue. I got to worry about the ring truck, worry about the ring. So it's that much stress onto me on top of flyering during the weeks up to it, doing commercials for it, just everything I can do social media wise for it myself. So it's just very, very stressful and hard compared to being a wrestler, just going out there performing. But I feel a lot of satisfaction knowing that I'm kind of changing the area or having wrestlers coming against other wrestlers that they probably wouldn't be wrestling with, or they might be wrestling with throughout the next 5 to 10 years. You know what I mean? So it's a big change, but really fun. It's my wife will tell you it's stressful for like the 3 days before the show, but right after I'm relaxed and I'm just happy and thankful.
So obviously, again, we've touched on it a few times. Like you've done this for a very long time. It's like a couple decades now. It's like, are you still kind of learning things though?
Oh, certainly, always. I've just love watching what's going on, like with AEW, NXT, WWE, the indie scene, um, UK, Australia, just everything going around. It's I've learned so much every time of just watching different style, different um, character, changing their character up, making me want to change my character up. It's always inspiring to see um, the different change going on from when I started 20 years ago and how it's just progressing and getting different. And I, yes, but I am always learning. In anything in life, I'm always learning. If you never say you learned everything, you're dumb. You're lying to yourself.
Well, I was like, I know that the saying always is like to try to learn something new every day, right? That's the end goal. Is like one of those popular phrases.
I
So
got 4 kids. I learn something new every day.
right, it's like, and then obviously it's like when you start dipping your toes into a lot of different things, it's like you're obviously going to probably pick up something new.
Yes.
So again, several decades going at this thing. Family man now. So what's kind of a little bit different is like what's the road life? I was like now as it was like before the family kind of came around?
So for the first, let's see, 3 years maybe, 3 to 4 years, it was just myself and my wife, girlfriend at the time, but wife Angela. We traveled. We were doing the Bay Area to Sacramento for training, and then within about 4 to 6 months of that, I moved up here to Reno, and I've been in Reno for about 22 years now. But we would travel and do Reno and do shows like that as well. But once we had kids, we didn't change anything. Our kids, every time they were born, 2 weeks after they're born, they're at a show. So my wife was really, I got very lucky. My wife was able to understand that if she wanted to get angry and stay at home, she can do that, or she can just come with me on the road and enjoy the life of what we're going to be doing. Because she's seen so many relationships of just people getting angry about, why are you leaving? Why are you doing this? Well, my wife was like, well, why don't I just go with you? I'm going to be sitting at home getting mad or anything. So, but she's been really great. And then once we've had our kids, like I said, they are better than some wrestlers that I can travel with. Like they know all the rest stops, they know where we need to stop. Like they can sleep for 3 hours easily, no problem. So it's like um I'm glad that like I was able to do that with them, but then like traveling with the boys is like it's kind of the same thing. We're all exhausted and tired talking about fun stories that happened before the show, talking about the show after and stuff like that. So I would say that like it's really not the same and not different. It's pretty much the same because majority of the time too, I have a big, SUV car because I'll be driving through the snow with everyone coming up here, going down there, and it'll be my whole family going with me, and we don't hold back. My wife's more of a sailor than I am. Her mouth is very wicked. So I mean, it's just I try not to, I mask some things, for my kids, but I don't try to hold off on anything because I'd rather have them ask questions and learn, from me than learn from watching on TV and their friend shows them something stupid or how to do something. You know what I mean? So that's what I say.
So what would the Chuppy now tell beginning Chuppy? Is like any type of life lesson that you might want to have enacted if you could talk to young self now?
I would say I wish I would have got out and traveled more. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, compared to most wrestlers here on the West Coast, I've wrestled everywhere from San Diego all the way to the top of Washington. Haven't been to Canada, haven't been to Mexico or anything yet, but been a couple states over. But I wish I would have done a lot more. New York, Florida, Chicago. Just I wish I would have done more of that instead of just continuously do my same shows over and over, which I'm thankful for because I honed my craft for. But I wish I would have pushed myself more out there instead of trying to do it right now when I'm 20 years in the business and beaten and bruised and metal all up in my body.
So obviously you said that the your kids go along with you. I've seen them at shows. Are any of them wanting to pursue the pro wrestling side of things?
My oldest, definitely not. My youngest, maybe. My youngest two, my sons might. So I got a 19, a 16, a 12, and a 2-year old. So the 12-year-old, maybe I can possibly, but I don't think he has it too much in him. But my youngest one, yeah, I think he's gung ho. He was pretty upset the last show he was at where he had my face paint on. My wife did the face paint on, so he looked exactly like me. And then we took the picture after the show. I'm like, all right, time to take it off. Started wiping it. He smacked her hand. Was like, no, what are you doing? Like, we sleep with this on. Like, I was like, wow, I'm sorry. So none of the other kids did it like that. So I'm like, okay, maybe he might be the one. But the other ones have seen all the injuries and everything I've had. Have seen, I've broken my hand, I've broken my face, I've broken my shoulder recently. So they've seen all these injuries I've had, and they're kind of just like, I'm okay. I'll go find something I can do behind a desk.
Yeah, that was kind of me. When I started the whole training thing, it was like went through some of those early bumps and bruises, and just kind of decided but I gave it a shot. It's like, so I don't regret anything. But I'm like, yeah, I was like, I don't like it is.
You did
It is
you did what
real.
most people usually haven't even done. You actually stepped in and did it. My wife did the same thing. She when she was there going with me for a while, she was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this. I think she did it for about 3, maybe 4 months, but then like we went into like Beals and like bigger bumps like that, and she was just like, I'm done. Like this is not for me. You guys are psychos. Have fun.
Yeah, I was like, that's the thing. It's like you find out how kind of real it is. It's like, and then you get to make that decision of, like, do you
Yep,
really
yep.
want to
This
keep
is
doing it, right? It's like, and then
yep. This is
that's
real.
the mental fortitude to know what you got to put yourself through, right? So, all right. Last thing here, let's go ahead. You've got so we got Hood Slam coming up on November 16th.
Yes.
We've got what else we got coming up for you?
Let's see. November 16th, yes, is Hood Slam here, meeting with Hood Piece. The week after that, I believe I'll be at, for myself, I'll be at Ugly Dojo in Sacramento. My trainer show, I try to, anything with Ugly Dojo, I 100% will be there if I can. If I can't, he knows. Big Ugly knows I try my best to be there. Other than that, I think the next Wild West show that we have is December 14th. You can go ahead and go on to Facebook and just check Wild West Championship Wrestling or Hood Slam on any social media platform. You can find us on there. Um, yeah, those are the next ones coming up for myself. And there'll be a first Friday in December for Hood Slam as well. So, but you can go on Triller TV for Hood Slam, which used to be Fight. But we're on there as a subscription, so you can go on there, pay the monthly subscription, and you can watch all the Hood Slams that have been on there. You can see the infamous heart rip that I got from Juice Lee. Like I said, for myself, I'm evolving. If you'll see, I'll have new costumes coming up. I'll have maybe no new music, but maybe I'm thinking about maybe getting rid of the face paint. I'm thinking about getting a mask. But if you haven't seen kind of like Psychosis, where he had the fake hair, but he was like able to pull it back and put it on that way. I'm gonna do that where I can have my eyes and teeth still showing and everything. But I'm just, I know everyone says they love the face paint. It's great, but how many times have you seen me running through a show with a locker room? Because I always run through and I give everyone a hug and I say hi, 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 hi. And then I get to the back and I'm rushing as fast as I can, get my face paint on and get ready. And then I'm like, okay, I'm out of breath.
Right, I was gonna say it's probably logistically is like with you having the ownership and booking roles that you do now is like switching over to a mask is probably just kind of gonna fit that a little bit better.
It played a key factor into it. So as long as I haven't got it. It's getting made right now, so it's gonna look kind of like my face paint exactly. What's gonna be on that way. So hopefully, it'll look just kind of like my face paint. I can just put it straight on, eyes, teeth, good to go.
All right, one last time is like give me the details for the Hood Slam show on the 16th is like, and
So
then the Wild West show in
yeah.
December.
Oh, hey, I forgot to mention this one. So Hood Slam, November 16th at 555 East 4th Street. It's the formerly known as Bluebird, Susius. But this one special will be 18 and over. So I
Okay.
my daughter has been begging me to have one here, and I've been fortunate enough to be lucky over at the Bluebird and Susius that they would don't mind having it 18 and over with the bar and everything. They just put wristbands and stamps, and they have the good security going on there and everything. So I'm lucky for that one. But that one will be at doors at I believe I put 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock. But right after that, we'll have a couple bands playing as well after. So if you stay there and you come to Hood Slam, you'll be able to stay and watch the bands that'll be playing after. I believe flyers and stuff will be posted up for that soon. But and then Saturday, December 14th will be WWCW presents A Lump of Coal for Your Soul. All the championship titles will be on the line. We're working with Toys for Tots. We're working with the Food Bank of Northern Nevadas. There'll be some more details about that coming up soon. But that show will be doors at 2:30, and then it will be shows at 3. So midday early show, so you guys can get out early, go have dinner, do what you need to do. So, but yeah, if you haven't seen and you can't tell, I have Hood Slam 1 month and then Wild West the next month. So every other month there'll be wrestling in Reno. Kid friendly, not kid friendly.
Fantastic. Works for me. Works for you. It's like we all can enjoy a local professional wrestling. So
Yes.
appreciate you coming on the show, Choopy. It's like I'm Dale Clifford. This has been the Wrestling Wrap, and we'll see you again soon.